Because, you know, Europe has given $100 billion. The United States has given $350 billion.
Oh boy, you expected quite the reaction with that line, didn't you, Donnie? Oof. But putting aside bad speech writing, bad speech delivery, there's a lot of wrongness floating around out there about the whole Ukraine aid situation. And I've made videos on it before, but let's do a little refresher, shall we? Let's start with what Trump said. Europe has put in $100 billion, we're in for $350 billion. The president is wrong. I know, shocker. If you're wearing pearls, now's a good time to clutch them, but here's the truth. The Kiel Institute for World Economy, a German think tank that closely tracks wartime aid to Ukraine, go check them out, they do great work. Here's the truth. European Union and individual European countries have collectively committed far more total wartime military, financial, and humanitarian aid to Ukraine through December, just this past December. They are at $258 billion, where the US has committed $124 billion, right? Europe has also allocated more military, financial, and humanitarian aid, about $138 billion, than the US has, which is about $119 billion. So, no, not close. Another very common misconception from the right is that we are sending them billions of dollars in cash, like just sending them pallets of physical cash. And I've never understood that talking point, because the people that make it, I want to ask them, what do you expect them to do with just pallets and pallets and pallets of cash? We send them cash, don't get me wrong, but the total aid package is not just $100 billion whatever dollars in cash money. Do you think they're loading them in the tanks and shooting $100 bills at Russian tanks? Do you think that's what's happening? The truth of the matter is, according to the Kiel Institute, about a third of the total aid package from the US has gone in the form of cash. That is to pay for various things like humanitarian aid, food, the NGOs that are over there who are feeding people, digging clean water wells, police forces over there to keep the peace in Ukraine while the war-torn country, make sure there's no looting and all that stuff like that, right? Only about a third of the total aid package goes in cash. The rest of the total aid package is the monetary value of the military equipment that we are sending to them. Tanks, guns, javelins, missiles, grenades, whatever, you name it. The things that we are sending them, we are happy to do so because they are aging in our arsenal. They are reaching the limit set by the US military of when things have to be replaced anyway. And if we have to take them out of our arsenal and disassemble them, it is a cost to the United States. So we are sending it to Ukraine for them to use it against our mutual adversary at no cost to us. In fact, it's the exact opposite. For example, at the time of this article's writing, it's important to note that of the $175 billion in total, only $106 billion directly aids the government of Ukraine. Most of the remainder is funding various U.S. activities associated with the war in Ukraine. What does that mean? It means we are paying U.S. arms manufacturers and U.S. workers to build the replacement equipment that we are sending to Ukraine. Equipment that we would have to pay to remove from our arsenal and to dismantle safely. Right? Now, Congress says, give the president the power to send them our equipment that we were going to get rid of anyway, and then we allocate new funds to pay American workers and stimulate the U.S. economy to build the equipment to replace the stuff we were getting rid of anyway. It's a win-win, my friends. I'll finish with this. What we're really talking about here is a fraction of our economy. This is how U.S. aid to Ukraine compares historically, right? This is Ukraine in fiscal year 2023. As a portion of our gross domestic product, it is 0.14%. 0.14%. Fraction of our economy. And how does Ukraine spending compare to what the government is spending on other things? Let's find out. Here's the defense budget for fiscal year 2023, $817 billion. Oof. Look at, here's the interest payment on federal debt we've paid in 2023, $659 billion. $659 billion just to pay off debt. Interest on debt, not the actual debt. State of Virginia budget for fiscal year 2023 is $81 billion. It costs $81 billion to run the state of Virginia. And here's the Ukraine aid bill for fiscal year 2024, $61 billion. That's what we're talking about, guys. Helping Ukraine is good because it benefits us. It weakens an adversarial military machine without risking a single American soldier's life. Helping Ukraine is good because it stimulates our economy. Helping Ukraine is good because we are able to do it. So we should.